Hello and welcome to the next episode on the BotC server. This is Telmere here, and we are going... Oh. There were some issues that I was dealing with in the previous episodes. I'm not sure if you noticed. I had a continuous issue with the temperature gauge not working, so I made myself a thermometer. They're pretty easy to make. I think it's just a bunch of pieces of glass, 4 pieces of glass, surrounding a piece of redstone dust. But yeah, so there was an issue we were having with the mod that is for hungry animals. We disabled it. As you can see, I've got lots of cows now. So that means that I've been able to make all the bookshelves necessary for going and doing all of the enchanting. I've planted all these trees down as well. That's for a different purpose. We're planning to go and turn this into a proper farmhouse. I'm planning, I think, to make this entire area here primarily into maybe more farmland. But yeah, I'm gonna chop this all down. Chop all that down, and then turn that into a proper farmhouse. The walls are already up. They're kind of just more temporary. They don't look nice or anything. But I'm thinking that I may stagger this. Like I might make down below here, for example, all the same level, going up to a certain point, and then maybe up around here I'll make a section of the walls where it rapidly goes up and then levels off way up here, maybe another 3 or 4 blocks up, and I think that'll look really good for the walls. So that's one project. The other project that I'm going to do, because we currently have, until we can figure out a fix, Hungry Animals mod disabled, I'm going to make myself a proper cow farm, get enough leather up. Otherwise, I may never be able to go and make myself a proper library, and I really like libraries, so we got to do that. Right then, so let's crack at it. We're going to get that cow farm built, and get these trees chopped down, and we're going to start working on the farmhouse. Well, good news, everyone. It seems Jordy has fixed the Hungry Animals mod, which I'm really excited about. And let me show you just why this is so amazing. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of some of this stuff off me first. But you'll notice in this chest I've got a lot of leather and I've got a lot of meat. And I'm quite happy that I bred these up before he fixed it, because gosh, it would have taken me a long time to get a lot of this. So let's take out one of these cows. That one. This one. There we go. So you see how much it just gave me? 11 leather just from one kill. Look at that, 48 meat. That was from one cow. Wait a minute, was it? Or did I jump everything? I find that hard to believe. Was it really 48 just from one cow? Well, regardless of that, I'm primarily focusing on the leather. But that means that we no longer need the automated cow or semi-automated cow farm. That means that we're going to be now focusing on, well, there's 2 things we're going to be focusing on now. One of it is that we're going to start the farmhouse, which I have a good idea what I'm going to go for. I'm looking at a 19th century, that's the 1800s style farmhouse. But the other thing is, you'll notice that I have 31 levels. I think it's time that I go and I enchant myself a good proper diamond pickaxe. Also, you notice that I now have another HUD that I've been working with. You notice that I've got all my armor shown there on the side, and it shows also when I do damage or am planning to damage or whatever, pointing at something shows their health, which is great. I'm really happy with that. That's really, really good. I'm happy that that's working out properly. So I've got the bookshelves up here. Let's get her some lapis, and let's throw this. Oh no, I gotta make the thing first. Let's do that first. Now I did have one. I tried doing something with it. I tried making a pickaxe just with the slight chance I might get fortune 2 or 3 or something. Didn't happen. But yeah, let's pop that in. Let's see what we get. Extreme efficiency 2. I'm not impressed by that. Let's just see what happens. Revival 2? Fortune 3. Okay, that's all I care about. I don't know what the extreme efficiency is, and I do not know what Revival 2 is. I have the feeling the Revival 2 might be something similar to Mending, but but I'm just theorizing there. What I'm primarily interested in, though, is that Fortune 3 that's on it, because I do have a Fortune 2 pickaxe already with efficiency 5, which is great, and this one, which isn't so great. I may just eventually just let that one go, but this is the one that I'm really interested in, that plus 5 for the efficiency. Just out of curiosity, let's bang into a couple of rocks and just see how this works. I've been wanting to go and make... Now, the diorite in this game is quite different from the diorite in normal standard Minecraft, in that it is a lot... it looks nicer, just a lot nicer. It doesn't look like poop. Let's just dig some out and let's see how quick it's going. It's an okay speed. It's nothing special. Yeah. I wouldn't say it's crazy or anything. At Revival 2? What is Revival 2? 1527. Let's just look in the side there. Okay, so it's chopping away at that very quickly. So there is definitely... That Revival 2 has nothing to do with, like, unbreaking or anything like that. So... I'm getting cold now. Let's meld those two together and let's see what happens. Fortune 2 will become Fortune 3. I don't think that the extreme efficiency will carry across. Let's just try moving ours around. Fortune 3, yeah, that automatically replaces my efficiency, which I'm not happy about, to be honest, but that costs a lot less. I don't like that. That doesn't sit well with me. Oh, what should I do? I'm tempted to just craft another, but that Fortune 3, that's a rarity. Oh, you know what? I'm going to hold on to it. I'm going to use it for the moment because there is certain things that I would like to use it on. And we'll just have to go from there. I'm going to hold on to this pickaxe because it is a rarity. Efficiency 5, it being like that, it's considered, what would you call it? I guess that's a quest item is what that is. So let's just continue with that. I'm gonna put this one to the side. I don't know what else to do with it. Maybe I should just polish it off. I would really love for this to actually have like Unbreaking 3 on it, though. That would be great. I'd love to know what Revival 2 is. I'm going to look that up. I'll tell you in a sec. Alright, so Rune Revival is basically the pickaxe. If it breaks or something, it has a chance to come back, more or less, which is pretty cool. Kind of useless on my part. I try to watch my pickaxe and the life of all my gear as closely as possible, just in case. So it's not really that important to me. I mean, it's useful if you get really, really busy, but beyond that, meh. So I'm going to use it up for its Fortune 3, and maybe at some point in time I will apply it to another pickaxe that I will enchant somewhere in the near future. I haven't really figured out what exactly Extreme Efficiency 2 is. I know it's probably something better than the efficiency level, but I can't imagine it being better than Efficiency 5. You know, now that I've got this Fortune 3 pickaxe, I thought, you know what? I know that down one of these tunnels quite a while back, I had found some diamonds, and my immediate thought about that was, why the heck am I going to go mine more diamonds? You could see them right there. Diamonds. Why am I going to mine them right now when I could only do so and I would get barely anything? So now I've got Fortune 3, so I think there's just 4 diamonds here. I think that's it. So in theory, I should get more than 4. Here, I'm going to theorize. I'm going to make a theory here. 2, 4, 6, 8. So it's going to be somewhere between 8 and 12 diamonds. I'm going to say 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. Oh, that's some bad luck. That's not fair. 4 diamonds, that's it? Oh. But I do know that they do come in clumps, from what I've seen. So if there's diamonds there may be more nearby. So I'm going to look around just for a little while. My primary intention with this particular episode, though, is to focus on building that farmhouse. And I got some ideas. I got some really cool pictures that I'm interested in. I'm really interested in giving a shot at. So let's see if that works out. Look what I found. I've been tracking at this for quite a while trying to get at it. It's been quite hard. I actually died once already, but I could definitely turn this into a mob farm of some sort. It is a cave spider. What are they called? Spawner. Yeah, cave spider spawner. Those things are tough as nails. I'm gonna have to find out a way to do this properly to make a proper grinder out of it, because that's not easy. These critters are extremely hard to kill. What I'm finding that you need to do is you gotta take a fence post like this, and if you can set it up correctly, you put it like those sides like this, and if you just put it right in front, let's just make sure that it's covered. If you just put some blocks like right up in front of it like that, and that's part's covered here, you can still, you know, slice at them from the edges. I believe that's the only way that I can possibly go and turn this into a proper mob farm. But I've been in such a need for XP. I lost 29 levels, which is just a royal pain in the neck. But the string, on the other hand, is extremely useful, so I think it's worth it. I really do think that it is worth the effort of going and making that type of mob farm. So I'm going to start making that as well. I'll put it on my list of things to be done. And hopefully I won't get killed again because of it. Ooh, and I forgot there's redstone over here too. So let's dig that stuff up. And I am going to still be focusing on, regardless of how distracted that I am, I'm going to focus primarily on making that farmhouse. So it's been a little bit of a while since I last recorded. You can see stuff like this, Fortune 3. Maybe you did see that. I don't know. I also got veining, which I don't... I think this is more for vanilla Minecraft. It was based towards that because a lot of these blocks it just doesn't do anything to. But anyways, I don't think I can actually... Oh yeah, I forgot to show you that. Sweeping Edge, Smite. Disorienting Blade is kind of useless, but I've got Breaking on there. I'm getting distracted, but man, that's a lot of archers. But this really hits hard. I mean, they've got a lot of life. Look at that, 168 hearts. Man, I can really smoke them. Come on. Got him. Yeah. I almost died from that, mind you. I don't have a whole lot of armor on. And my special quest armor is finally bit in the dust. Anyways, the blueprint that I'm using, I can't really call it a blueprint. It's just an image that I found online that I thought was pretty cool. I don't think I can actually show it to you guys, but regardless of that, there's an arch right here, or not an arch exactly. It's a bit of a pattern of wood, and I'm just going to use these to represent it. I'm just putting down the ground blocks for this, but it looks like it's solid on the one side, so I might use maybe like I think you would call them quarter slabs, but it goes around here to the edge and then continues on this way, and then there's some sort of like little woodshed right here. I'm probably going to put it in just because it'd be like some nifty storage, right? So I'm going to do that. Window right there, door right here. I'm going to get rid of the manure pile. Yeah, these guys are pooping lots. And continue to try to get at my wheat. After a while, I just start to desire to get rid of them because it makes me nervous that they're going to get in there. It's happened a few times. But the majority of the base level of this building looks to be made out of stone. There's a section. No, yeah, even that section looks like it's made out of stone. But it pops out, I think, a wooden block amount at the edge, like right around here. Nope, come on. All the grass is getting in the way. I think it pops out right here, like that. Kind of. Maybe not. Oh, it's hard to tell. I'm gonna assume not. There's a lot of artistic theorizing that's going on in this. Then it continues on from there to go, what, I don't know, 2, 4, 6, 8 blocks maybe? 2, nope, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, ain't that perfect? I mean, it's a giant of a building, holy crud. But even on the image, it looks pretty big, to be honest. It's a pretty big building. I wish I could show you guys this. There is a video that I could link to it. It was in some music, some like medieval age music. It looks like this area right here is specifically some sort of like a porch or something like that. But yeah, it's kind of like I'd call it like maybe 1700s, 1600s slash steampunk-ish. I wouldn't call it steampunk, but it gives that feel. But yeah, that's the idea. It looks like there's some beams around this part here too, but I can't see that side. I could assume that maybe it might be wood, but for the moment I'm going to assume that it is just straight up stone. So I'm going to maybe go along here, and I'm going to assume it's like that. I can't see any of that side of the house, so it's going to be all theorizing about what that side looks like. Right then, so there's the blueprints, more or less, of what this is going to look like. Just for continuity, I'm going to put that there as well, and put a chunk of wood here so that I know that that right there is the storage section. Right, let's continue cracking at this, and I'll show you a bit more once I got it built up more. I have made a spider farm. It's nothing particularly special. I died a ridiculous amount getting it going, but I mean, that's life when it comes to Minecraft and trying to build a spawner out of cave spiders. It was a stupid endeavor, to be honest. There's easier mod farms to make out there. So I've been going back and forth, and there's been a lot been done on the farmhouse. So this is actually the basement, as you can tell that I'm coming up from the tunnel that goes from the fort to the farmhouse. And I think it turned out pretty good. I'm still working on, obviously, some things down here. I mean, this is really basic room. This is just down here because there's so many mobs around, and sometimes you can't sleep up above because they're too close. But it's pretty cozy. I've hooked it up like this for the cooling coil because I think there's a memory leak in those critters, and sometimes it just starts really acting up. But I really like how it looks. It looks really well used. I still have some more lamps that I gotta go and put in. I'm gonna be doing that. Here's the upstairs. Obviously there's no roof, and there's some more things that I gotta do in here. I just wanted to give you guys a look and see what I've got going so far. Now for the outside here, this looks all good and stuff, but on the inside I was thinking, you know what, I could quite easily get 2 floors. In fact, it should be 2 floors out of this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna raise this up by one more block of this. I think they're diorite. I thought I might have them in my inventory, but I don't. I think they're called diorite bricks or something like that. And I'm going to pop it up by one more level, and then I'm going to go and put on top of that, bring these all up, bring the glass up, and then I'm going to put another floor in, and I'll see if I can do the same thing with this side. By doing it that side, I'm going to probably have to do it with this side and bring this floor down. I was thinking of keeping it all one level, but now that I'm realizing that I really should have it all one floor level, I've changed my mind. So yeah, that's a major change. I gotta dig this all up, whole shot. Gotta dig it all up, and then I can get all that done. So it's getting pretty darn close to finished. I think in the next clip you're gonna see it finally complete. Well, Jordy has requested that I go and install a, I guess you could say, formal storage unit. I mean, this looks pretty cool. I do like it. It have a very nice look to it. But it's small for one thing, but the main issue is that it's not automated. And if you look over here, we've got a lot of iron. Look at all that iron. Ain't that beautiful? So because we got so much iron now, that means that we have enough iron, more than enough iron, way more than enough iron, in fact, to do a proper, to create a proper storage room. because it relies on a lot of a lot of hoppers. So I think we're going to go ahead with that. And currently I'm just moving everything out here and putting it into the main mess hall here for the moment. And once we got all that cleared out, I'm going to be starting to dig down and outwards and further this way. Further, all of these as well, I think I'm going to be putting these sideways, the chests sideways, so that I can maybe even fit even more in. And what I'll be doing is I'll be turning these all into like the old style, because it's 1.12. You still need to go and stagger them. It's not like 1.14 where you can put chests beside each other. Oh, I love those days. I can't do that. Not in this version. So that's what I'm up to. I'm going to continue working at this until I get it done. The farmhouse is turning out amazingly well. So let's get at this. It's going to be, I don't know. I'm still trying to determine which version I'm going to use. I'm still going between the one that does an item filter compared to one that just has the chests filled with items and it just pushes through whatever spaces are available. So let's see how it goes, and we'll go from there. Okay, so there's a lot that has been done. As always, it's been a few days later, and the design that I chose was a Tango Tech design. We had a lot of problems initially getting this critter set up, and as a result, I needed to make several adjustments to his design in order to make it function for me. Although the majority of the connections to them are the same, the clocks had to be all changed in order for this to function correctly. Unknowingly, it's a little bit slower. I think it may be related to it just being on modded Minecraft Forge. So here it is. Oh yeah, I dug into one of the tunnels just to get this in here. So I gotta move the tunnel over a little, but it's quite the critter. So I'm not really sure if that was necessary here. I did it anyways. It's just to invert the redstone torch tower. But this is the design change that I made. This was already present, so what I did, I had to increase that one by 1 tick, and then I actually turned this into, I just cut this like in half. There used to be a comparator output from here going on into here, and I just couldn't have that happen. It wasn't going to work because we do not have we don't have access to quartz just yet. So until that time, gosh, that's squishy. This is what we've got available to us for the moment. So I got to go and get the other units plugged in and prepped and all the redstone laid down, the clocks for this. And there's something I was thinking of doing that's going to be really cool. It's just a simple idea. This right here is the clock that we're using. It's just an item despawning method. I took just temporarily the pressure plates. They go right here. So the moment that you pass over them, it shoots out a single item that sits there for 5 minutes, and it has the entire thing set to clicking away until everything is emptied out, which is great. That's what I need. But what if you don't really want to come all the way down here to use the chest? Well, I've been thinking, you know what'd be cool? If I just had right underneath here a dropper, or connected to like a hopper underneath like this chest right here, and it'll empty out the whole chest. Or maybe it should be this chest. That chest looks a little bit more cool looking than the other one. Like these are just chests for food, and that's not the armor chest. I want a chest that's dedicated to just dropping off all your stuff, and I want it easily accessible. You pop in there. I removed all the chests as you can. Don't need them anymore. After all, we've got a storage unit. So I'm thinking of actually putting some, I'm not sure, maybe make it look like you've got those, I'm not sure what they're called, drapes or whatever. So maybe make them blue or red drapes. So yeah, I was thinking of just putting directly below this a dropper system that feeds the items along all the way into here, and then would drop them into a temporary chest, or maybe into this chest. Heck, it don't really matter. I think that would work. And then from there, I could have it set up so that something triggers the system to be like, oh, there's an item in here. And how I think I might do that is also by sending a secondary feed tube, and that would drop the item right there. So the item would go along, and then it would eventually come along here. There'd be maybe on the other side a dropper. I'm not sure. I'd like to just have it drop right on top of the pressure plate, but I'm not sure if it'll work. So I guess it'll just have to be a wait and see which way works best. So that's the idea. I'm going to get to work on that, and I'm starting to think we may not get to the point where we're finished the farmhouse by the end of this episode, but let's at least finish this sorting system, if nothing else. Oh, I apologize for this nasty loud clicking sound, so I'm just going to turn down the volume a bit because it's really loud. Even at 5% it's loud. Oh, man. Alright, so this is what I've got so far for the sorting system. This is, as I said, this is a Tango Tech design. I might do a little bit of a tutorial about what I did, but I'm not really sure if it really matters all that much. When you get into Redstone that relies on comparators, you got to find out ways to detect something that's present when it's in a very different form. So comparators, you know, detect whether or not, for example, in this right here, that there is something in there. So what do? I put a red dot there of redstone, and instead I turn this into a full-blown clock that relies specifically on a player having stepped on something. So instead of it being an item detector from a storage chest, it becomes a player detector. So that's how I managed to get it done, and I've got it basically set to a big pile of, other way, just a big massive pile of blocks that I just never ever use, never will ever use, and I just don't like it. There's nothing I can really use it for. Oh, finally the noise stopped. So this despawns every 5 minutes, and I found that that works very well for clearing out basic items, but I've been trying to figure out why this wasn't working. And I noticed when I was testing it out, I was thinking, it doesn't feel like it's working properly. And I noticed after I took some wheat out of there, 25 wheat, it never came through. So I finally gave up and went into spectator mode to find out what the issue was. And this is what I discovered. I realized that it was stopping somewhere in this unit here. And this is the issue. I mean, aside this right there is something that's not supposed to be here. I think it's over here. Completely unrelated to that. And in fact, is not... Oh, gosh. Noise is going to start up again. This right here is not hooked up to anything. It's not doing anything. It's just there. I don't know why it's there. Maybe I thought that might have been the input. But it's not supposed to be there. So we're going to take that out. But once again, the issue at hand. Let's get back over here. And you're going to just notice just how badly piled up this critter is. Look at it. It's bad. And it's all because this one is cutting this one off from everything. So all we gotta do is just break this one here and punch her on in. I can't believe it. Just that simple issue. Oh gosh, it's piling in like mad. But since we got this redstone circuit here, it will only allow so much to go in at a time. See, right there? It's only letting one unit in at a time. So that can pump it in as quickly as it wants, but it's never going to go fast enough to accommodate for everything that's currently in there. So let's just throw these in here to get them out of my way. And I think that's it. Now there may be some rejects because this has been backed up for a while and I was still testing quite a while ago. And that was finished ages ago. And so I'm not sure how long this is going to take to clear. But at this point, I'm going to say that the sorter definitely is, at this point, finished. I'm like pretty darn sure. Look how backed up it is. How backed up is it? Okay, it doesn't go that far. So I think this is the stopping location. That's where this is the final location of where it's backing up. There isn't any other locations that are problematic, are there? I wonder why that's not going through. Oh. So it's just shooting through so fast that it doesn't have a chance. Oh, it's bypassing those oak logs there. Oh, there's the wheat. Right. Well, I'm happy to see that's finally working. Oh, that took a long time to get that sorted out. I actually have no more time left in this episode. I am really sorry about that, guys. We never ended up finishing. Let's take that helmet off so you can see this pretty face. But yeah, we didn't end up finishing the farmhouse in this episode, which I'm really sorry about. There was some restrictions here. I was greatly out of... I had no dyes, and I needed dyes for the roof, so I needed it to be like a weathered looking light blue paint for the roof, for the tiles to look proper, and I just couldn't get it. I needed cactus and I needed lapis, and I had neither. So this entire episode has involved, well, not this episode, but in the background, I've been mining for lapis, and I've been making a massive cactus farm that is not at all impressive looking. It's just sheer, I don't know what you call it, usefulness. It's just there. It just does the trick. Alright. Thank you guys all for watching this episode on the BotC server. The Brotherhood of the Craft. The BotC server. If you like the episode, please leave a like. Want to see more of my stuff? Subscribe. See you guys all in the next episode. Bye.